Hey, remember Pong? Well, it's back kinda, as Ping. Ping has it all. Bounce, fast bounce, boss fight. So if you like bounce and you like angles, maybe you're the very specific person this game is for. Welcome to Random Game Reviews. I put every game in the PlayStation Store into a spreadsheet and let a random number generator tell me what to review. This week, the RNG demands Ping Redux. If you got here by way of the search bar to check if Ping Redux is a brick break game, it isn't. I mean, you'll break a couple bricks along the way, but that's not really the vibe. Your goal is to get your ping ball to this, I want to say navel orange, within the maximum allowable number of bounces. If you exceed the max bounce allowance, you will explode. Ping Redux is basically a geometry puzzle game. Pick the right angle and send the ping ball on its way. You can restart your shot if it's immediately apparent that you pooched it, and you can slow down your shot by aiming the ping ball, which is the most important mechanic in the game, since on most levels you're given additional shots which allow you to redirect the ping ball mid-flight. The levels are pretty well designed with a variety of interesting layouts. There's a good number of them that I could pass without issue, but plenty more that took critical thinking. There's quite a bit of creativity at play, and you'll need to constantly come up with new strategies to get that coveted navel orange. The difficulty scales in a mostly logical manner, and the game overall gets more experimental the further you go. I got real stuck on level 3-2, which made me glad that progression was based on the number of stars earned overall, allowing me to skip the levels that I hate. The levels evolve as you progress through the game's 12 worlds. You'll encounter invisible walls that are revealed by switches, lava floors, wormholes, and other stuff. Hilariously, the game also includes boss fights, which switch up the mechanics and evoke classic retro arcade games like Asteroids and Space Invaders. My favorite boss fight was the one where you fight the entire planet Earth and bash yourself against it like an angry sperm that's trying to fertilize it. These boss fights are momentarily amusing before you realize you can just set yourself to autopilot and keep racking up the score, or bash yourself into a wall until it's over. And that's pretty much the game. So how did I feel about it? Looks-wise, the game is fine. It's all big 3D pixels that are nicely arranged, even if the level backgrounds are frequently chaotic. For some reason, the soundtrack in this game absolutely f***ing slaps. For such a simple game, the techno music that backstops it really brings up the energy. The most important question to answer is, did I have fun? The game was challenging, and I was glad to clear certain puzzles that I had to work for, but I can't say with confidence that I had fun. I didn't hate it at all, and definitely enjoyed it more as it progressed. But normally I play video games to get that sweet dopamine hit in my brain, and that just didn't happen for me with Ping Deluxe. Maybe if the game made a bigger deal about what a smart boy I am for clearing a level, I would have felt more joy. Instead it just kind of goes, bleh. And I don't even know what else I'd change. The game is well designed, and you can tell a lot of care went into it. In context, it's doing a fine job at being whatever it is. Ping Redux is basically a big retro gaming love fest with a puzzle game shell that makes little references throughout, such as Super Mario Bros. And Zelda, or possibly Jesus. So that's fun for anyone else who was alive when the Berlin Wall fell. But it's also a game that doesn't really occupy a niche, and I have a hard time imagining the person for whom this game scratches an itch. But if you happen to know someone who is a trigonometry nerd aged 35 plus who loves techno music, is on the hunt for an easy platinum trophy, and has been clamoring for a follow-up to Pong of all things, tag them in the comments. It's time to answer the question, would I play this game if I were not destined to do so? For Ping Redux, the answer is no. The presentation in Ping Redux is pretty good, especially the soundtrack, and the levels are thoughtfully designed and varied, which is impressive since there's over 100 of them. It's a cheap title and will maybe appeal to someone who has a love for really retro games. But I enjoyed the game only in the sense that it was a pleasant and challenging task to complete. I never really felt the telltale signs of fun in my brain or heart. In the end, the developer did a very good job designing a game that I don't want to play. Thanks for watching. Make sure to hit that notification button that tells you when I've released an episode, because the next one is a doozy. Until then, brush up on your trigonometry, and I'll see you all next time on Random Game Reviews. Clem from the RGR Discord asks, how much money would it take a month on Patreon for you to get a Woodle tattoo as a stretch goal? So I posed that question to my wife. Keep an eye on the Patreon page to see what number we land at.